All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the delay. We are currently in the 18th minute of the Windsor Lancers taking on the Algoma Thunderbirds. We had a brace from number 22. That's going to be Caitlin Robertson from the Windsor Lancers. So they're going to be up 2-0 at the 18-minute mark. And my name's John Ostrowski. I'm with Sam Sistaro, and we are here for the opening of the 2023 Algoma Thunderbirds women's soccer game. Sam?
It's a beautiful day here in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. It's about 30 degrees and a perfect day for soccer. Windsor has had possession of the game, has possession of the ball most of this game with 4 shots on net. And like you said, Robertson capitalizing on 2 of those shots.
And absolutely, and Winters definitely came out early on. First 5 to 6 minutes, definitely poured it on to the Thunderbirds, and now they're gonna, after taking the 2-goal lead, they're gonna kind of stall back a little bit here, playing the ball through the middle. Number 5, Brooke McLeod, passing it back to 15, Katie Campagna. They're playing it around the back. Now Thunderbirds going to win that ball back.
Windsor's a team that's looking to make the postseason for a second year in a row, and they may have an opportunity here with Robertson again. Oh, this time there was a save. Great save by keeper Michaela Towns. Last year, the Lancers made the postseason for the first time since 2016, and are looking to build off of that strong campaign. They did defeat the Thunderbirds last year 1-0, so they've already doubled that score line this year.
Yeah, and their coach, Daniel Medonka, was the goalkeeper for the men's club, Windsor Lancers, from 2007 to 2012. So that's a guy who's been around the Lancers program for more than a couple years now. As the Lancers going to play it back to their goalkeeper, that's going to be Samping out of Windsor. She's going to pass it to her left back. That's going to be Pawsey. Going to play it forward, try to manufacture a play through the middle of the pitch. And Windsor's going to keep possession here. And it's going to be marked as that was offside on the Lancers.
Windsor has looked great so far this game.
Absolutely. Now Algoma with definitely the underdogs coming into that one. This one last year's a bit of a rough year, only scoring 5 goals and going 0-12 and 1-11 and 1 all-time record against the Lancers. Definitely a strong footballing program they got out by the border there. That's a nice pass through the into Windsor's third. Just did not have a winger there.
Even with the 2-0 lead, Windsor's always pushing the ball forward, looking for a third goal, just so that they can then relax a little bit and defend that lead. A little surprising, the Thunderbirds have a young team.
Yep.
A lot of them from the Sioux City United program. There's 13 locals on this Algoma Thunderbirds team, and one from Prince Township. So very a homegrown squad for sure. Versus a team that has a few players that have had a little bit more experience in Southern Ontario, playing at a little bit of a higher level.
Yeah, and that Southern Ontario experience is absolutely invaluable, especially for younger players in their late teens and early 20s. You have such a large crop, and you have all the diversity in that area. So the sport of soccer is definitely a lot bigger in the southern region, but we're always trying to grow it up in the north, and it's nice to see we have a strong crop of locals into the program, the Algoma U program here.
Absolutely, and interim coach Frank Consagna was talking to me earlier and was saying that he's very excited. This is a team that will grow together and will do some special things this season. Maybe it's just a little bit of the nerves, first game in front of a home crowd. And like I mentioned, it is very, very hot here in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario today.
Yep. I would say that you could say that kind of is the advantage of the Lancers there. They're definitely used to the warmer, more humid summers as opposed to us Northerners, but that's number 22 again, Robertson, and a great save by the keeper. Going back to the interim head coach Onsanya is the father of second-year law student Francesca Onsanya, hailing from Kemptville, Ontario. She's going to be in the number 15 jersey on the defense, playing the center back position.
Because I mentioned the heat, currently we're taking a 30-second water break for both teams. Sault Ste. Marie had a nice summer, but today's the hottest day of the year.
And you definitely don't expect that going into the month of September, but we'll absolutely take it. And I was looking at the Weather Network earlier today, and we're looking at a high of 29 tomorrow. So the warm weather is going to continue for the Labor Day weekend in this area.
I think later on in the season, when the temperatures do come down, maybe that will be an advantage for our team being up north. Training in the 0-degree weather.
Absolutely, yeah. And Sault Ste. Marie is not the type of place where you're skipping practice because of the weather. Hopefully these girls will definitely get to experience that not so great conditions, because it's going to be invaluable later on in the year.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the 30-second water break is over, and players are getting back into their positions. Once again, if you've just joined us, it is 2 for Windsor, 0 for our Algoma Thunderbirds. It is 25 minutes into this first half, and we hope you're enjoying the first weekend of OUA soccer.
All my firewalls are off, so I'm not computer's vulnerable, but I'm not really worried about it right now.
There's Robertson again, just affecting the play, affecting the pass, and not giving a lot of room for the center backs, and that's going to be Robertson just taking the ball away, passing it to number 11, Essebra. That's going to be a third goal for the Windsor Lancers. And at just about the 24th minute mark,
Essebra played all 12 games last season and had 2 goals. This year she's more of a leader of this younger team, and Robertson found her in the box, and it was an easy shot for her past Michaela Towns.
That Robertson to Essebra connection is going to be scary going into the late September, early October for other teams in the OUA. And you can see these Windsor Lancers are not going away. They're still playing the high press, as our Thunderbirds are going to try and play it towards their third, but they're going to quickly clear it. The goalkeeper, Jordan Sampain, just going to kick it out of bounds, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Thunderbirds. 0 shots. Hopefully Algoma can muster some offense, as the ball's going to be in the Windsor third.
At this point, the Thunderbirds are just going to try to, keep it to the 3 goals until the end of this half. Regroup with Coach on Sonia, and we'll probably see some changes in the second half just to get some people familiar with this level of play.
I do like Michaela Towns coming out there and just getting rid of the ball. I think she's definitely looking to be a little more aggressive, coming out of her box a bit. So that's always nice to see.
She's not happy with her early performance, I can assure you. She's very, very competitive, and she's a leader on this team. So the other players do want to play for her, and they'll fight to the end.
Absolutely, and it's tough as a defender when you know you leave your keeper out to dry. It's definitely not a great feeling when it's just a shot that she just can't get to, and it looks like they're tightening up a bit more, which is nice to see. They're going to play it through the back.
At this point, they're looking for the home run pass, sending one of their strikers through just to see if they can get a shot on goal, possibly sneak something past sampling.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the key, is just those Hail Mary long balls to the middle of the Windsor third in their own end. I think if you catch them by surprise, that's how you're going to get a goal or two here, and maybe make it a little interesting, as number 5, McLeod's going to run on the touchline. She's going to pass it over to number 26, who's going to play it through to number 22, Robertson again. It's going to be Robertson versus that's going to be Robertson against number 16. Sorry, that was number 16, Madeline Clement. And Town's just going to pass it right back to Robertson. She is just everywhere. And number 5, Machen Chow, once again, definitely, she's wearing the captain's armband in that center back role, and she's definitely had a couple nice clearances.
Chow is the captain of this year's women's team. Her experience playing with FC Berlin Soccer Club out of Cambridge is a strong point for this Algoma team. Again, her experience down in Southern Ontario, seeing different types of formations, different types of international players, very, very helpful for her game, and I'm sure that she'll try to tell the girls, calm down. We got this first 45 under our belt. Let's show them what we can really do.
And I think, Sam, they just have to really focus on stopping 22 Robertson. She is just
absolutely.
She is a dynamite. She's been absolutely everywhere, and 100%, I'd say the MVP of the first half after about 30 minutes of the game, and that's got to be the focus for on Sonia this going into the locker room.
Well, you come into a game with your game plan, and you never want to change that for your opponent. But
right.
At this point in time, Robertson's just the ball's going through her, and 2 goals and an assist in the first 24 minutes of this game. You need to change up. You need to double team her. Bring back. A little bit of pushing and shoving there. Yeah, I was just saying everything's going through Robertson.
Yep.
And you can see her even directing on the field, telling her players where to go, and that was just out of Emma Beaulieu's way. She was going down the left wing there.
Yeah, and as you say about Robertson, I think obviously it's easier said than done, but if you remove Robertson from this Windsor team, it'd probably be night and day, right? So that's got to be 1,000% the only thing that defense has to be focused on. Well, not the only thing, but the main focus. As Chow, once again, I'd say that's her 5th or 6th clearance 30 minutes into the game, so she's been quite the star defensively for the Thunderbirds.
Windsor's taking their time now too, even on throw-ins. They're not in an immediate rush to get it back into the game. With the lead, with the heat, they're fully in control right now.
#26 Vanessa Corey with a nice step over, but she's going to pass it to Robertson, and she's going to be offside. Thunderbirds ball. Looks like number 5 Chow is going to be taking the free kick.
Thunderbirds are going from left to right. Lancers are going from right to left.
Offside once again, and if you keep trapping number 22 Robertson offside, looks like her and Esabra are disagreeing about the pass a little bit there. That's going to be the key if keep running the offside trap to its effectiveness.
Towns has a great kick. She got it.
Yep.
She got it past the 50-yard line.
That is quite the goal kick, actually. It's over 50 yards at least. A nice through ball by nobody there.
You can see the two different styles in this game as well. One is going.
Oh, nice step over, and that's
a goal.
That's going to be tough for any keeper in the OUA to stop. That's just Robertson. That's a hat trick, and she just puts it in the bottom corner so perfectly. That's the kryptonite for any goalkeeper, and she's going to have a hat trick. And 33 minutes into this match, the Thunderbirds going to be down 4.
Last season, Robertson had 5 goals in total.
Wow!
And she's got her hat trick in 33 minutes of the opening game of this young season.
So this Windsor team is going to be scary. They're going to be a really, really good team, I'm thinking, this year. Even last year, look at them. They weren't anything special. About a middle of the pack team. Lost to Guelph 2-1 in the playoffs. So you can definitely take a look at them and see that they're going to be making a step forward.
Absolutely. And this is going to be the furthest game on their schedule, so a lot of their other opponents, they'll be more, driving the same day, drive home the same night. Trekking up north to Sault Ste. Marie from Windsor. If they did come the American road, is about 5 to 6 hours. But by playing other teams in Southern Ontario, an hour and a half, and then drive home.
And that's just the nature of the Algoma Thunderbirds, and my background being with the Lakehead University Thunderwolves.
Yes.
I was a big basketball guy. I was a season ticket holder, and it was the same thing back home. You have the disadvantage of all the travel, and I think they did take the bus. I saw the Windsor Lancers bus outside Station Mall this morning. So
yes.
I assume they did the horrible drive, as number 80 is going to be offside. That's going to be Emma Bolia.
You know what? There's pros and cons to those bus trips, right? The camaraderie, the first couple weeks of the season,
Right.
Learning a little bit about their teammates. They're going to be shoulder to shoulder with all season long. So maybe the 6-hour bus ride would be a good way to start the season for the Lancers.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's going to be the first real chance for the Thunderbirds. That's going to be number 22, Alexa Naslavar, not able to control the ball. The keeper, Samping, is going to get a hold of it pretty quickly. And That's about the most work Sampion's having to do so far, unfortunately, and Robertson's going to be caught offside.
6 shots on goal so far for Windsor. 1 shot for the Thunderbirds so far.
The Algoma Thunderbirds coming off of a 3-0 defeat of the hands of the Ontario Tech Ridgebacks on the August 22nd. That was their only preseason game. The boys had a 2-game preseason slate against George Brown College, where they lost 1-0, and they lost 3-0 against Humber College. Definitely results that leave a little to be desired for, but considering the talent of teams like Humber and George Brown, are absolutely not horrible results. That's going to be number 80, Beaulieu. Going to do a step over, and he's going to play it back to the middle of the pitch. That's number 8, Elizabeth Elliott, looking for Caitlin Robertson, and she knew she wasn't going to catch up to that ball. It's going to be a goal kick for the Thunderbirds.
We've just reached the 37-minute mark of this first half in beautiful Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, border city with Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. And the Windsor Lancers are ahead 4-0 over the hometown Algoma Thunderbirds, and looking to add here.
Oh, great tackle.
That'll be a throw-in for Windsor. My apologies. That was an offside goal kick.
That's the type of aggression you want from the Algoma Thunderbirds, being down 4 goals, just getting the ball out of play. But there's number 15 all over it. That's going to be... So that was number 10, Aloys Mark Wallace. That was all over the play there. There's 22, Nasselvar, hopefully going to keep it in bounds here. She's looking for her pass.
Algoma finally gets a throw in Windsor territory. It'd be a great...
Oh, here we go. There's something. Oh, and
I was just saying it would be great for Algoma to go into the first half, scoring a goal. And they came close in that one, but the Windsor D tightened up and pushed the ball out of bounds.
Thunderbirds offense looking like they're just getting a little nervous when they get into that 15 to 12-yard box, and they just gotta not overthink it, take an extra touch, and just put the ball on the net. And I'm sure they'll be able to get a couple opportunities with Windsor not pressing as much.
Windsor's a taller team than the local Thunderbirds, especially on the D. So they're winning a lot of the head balls.
Yeah,
a lot of the bounces that are coming from the Thunderbirds offense.
Which is interesting you say that, because their keeper is only standing at 5'2", which is very, very short, even for a women's university keeper. 5'2", that's more of a striker, but yeah, you have quite a mishmash of height on these Lancers, as you have number 11, Esabra, she's just going to miss the ball there, and it's going to go out.
Yeah, Coach Daniel Mendonca was saying that he has total faith in Samping, and that she's very, very vocal at the back end, directing traffic, and um, telling her where to go, when to go, and how quick to get there.
And you can see she has a lot of confidence in the net, as she's very, very high up, and absolutely that's half the battle that you want from your goalkeeper. You don't want to not hear anything as a defender behind you. So number 80, Bolia, looking to throw the ball in here.
About 4 minutes left in this half, 4 minutes.
And it's not just the back four where the height on the Lancers is shown. Even the star player Robertson standing at a tall 5'10", which is what you definitely want in your striker. She can come down and get headers and win the battles for you.
They might have cheated on that. She looks taller than 5'10" to me from up here.
Yeah, I'd say probably a good 6'1", 6'2".
She's definitely controlling the game. 100%. Everything's going through her. She is directing her wingers to go wide, and had some good opportunities, but they just turned to be on the offside.
What a move. That is number... I'm sorry, that was number 12, Chloe Cormier, on that dirty dangle there, as Windsor receives possession around midfield.
Oh, there was a little awkward pass back to the keeper for Windsor, but that was quickly taken care of and kicked back into Algoma territory.
And Town's going to control the ball here. Looking for a pass, got to get it off.
Algoma with a decent chance on that one. That was Olivia Bernard. Kind of a set play from about 20 out, but she spliced it wide. Last minute of play in this first half. And that's it. After one, the Windsor Lancers are leading 4-0 over the hometown Algoma Thunderbirds. Robertson with goals at 5, 9, and 32. And Ezebra with one at the 24-minute mark. Shots on goal for the first half. Windsor all over them. 7 shots, Algoma with 1.
And I think if you're Franco Nasania, I just think you got to say, just keep, hey, girls, you got to keep the spirits up, keep playing, and try to get 1 or 2 back here, make it a little interesting. And, you know, it's the first game of the year, so just got to have a little bit of fun with it. Don't get too discouraged, and, yeah, try to keep Robertson at bay a little bit.
Absolutely. And you know what? I think with so many of the Sioux City United girls playing on the Algoma Thunderbirds team, they know that they can do better. They'll
Absolutely.
go in there at halftime, talk to each other and say, okay, now we've got the nerves up. This is the first game. We're a little bit behind, but let's show them how we really play.
For sure.
And we're back in the second half of the Windsor Lancers versus the Sault Ste. Marie Algoma Thunderbirds here at the Superior Heights Field in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. My name is Sam Sestero. I am here with my colleague, John Ostrowski, and the Windsor Lancers headed into the first intermission up 4 goals. Pretty much dominated the first half.
And you can assume that, well, maybe my assumption might be wrong. I was going to say you may assume that the Lancers might hold off a little bit, but they're just going for goal straight away, and that's going to be a field goal, but no goal for the Lancers.
The goals for this half for the Thunderbirds is to settle down, is to play their game, get the first goal of the season, and try to build on that positive. And on the other hand, Windsor with that comfortable 4-0 lead, just looking to keep the pressure on and stay healthy.
And I can tell you right now, just with my experience as Robertson is going to be denied by Michaela Towns. I can tell you right now with my experience with playing collegiate soccer and playing other sports that you definitely, going into a season, definitely don't want to start the game with a big goose egg because all you're going to be thinking about is that first goal of the year. So, as you said, Sam, the Thunderbirds really need to be focused on getting that goal and getting over that mental hurdle of getting the first goal of the year.
Absolutely.
And there's number 80, Beaulieu, going to be cutting. She tried to turn it up to another speed and send it to Robertson, but it's not going to work. And number 7, that's going to be Samantha Mazuka from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, going to be getting rid of the ball there.
Samantha's father is one of the assistant coaches for the men's side, Steve Mazuka. He is the program head for the Sioux City United program and had a very, very successful 2023 tournament campaign going 21-2.
Wow, that is very impressive for a 75,000 person community in northeastern Ontario for a soccer team to win 21 of their 23 games.
Yeah, and a lot of the players on Algoma this year, like we mentioned in the first half, 13 are from Sault Ste. Marie. 1 is from just a little hamlet outside Prince Township. So 14 out of the players, 14 players on this roster are homegrown. So they know each other. They've played soccer with each other, all their lives. So they'll be playing for each other as well.
And the slate of OUA women's soccer. Yesterday's games, you saw York and Laurier draw 2-2. And McMaster and Waterloo also with a 0-0 draw. So not a great slate of games yesterday, but today we had Trent taking on Nipissing. Toronto Metropolitan, formerly known as Ryerson, taking on Laurentian. And you have Ontario Tech taking on Royal Military College. That's a gorgeous tackle there. Tenacious by Mazuka, and there's definitely something her father probably taught her there.
And the crowd reacted to that one. Windsor has made a few substitutions in the second half, introducing rookie Haley Issel into the midfield and Sydney Warwick on the D-line.
There's number 7, Issel, passing it to number 4, and she's going to play it through to Beaulieu. Beaulieu running along the touchline. Going to be looking for the through ball, and she's going to find it. And that's going to be sent to a pack of white jerseys. Number 5 going to kick it away. Machin Chow, our captain for this season, a second-year law student out of, as you were saying, Cambridge, Ontario. And Cambridge is definitely a soccer-heavy town.
Windsor still pressing.
There's Bolia,
Oh.
and
Just wide.
just wide, and that's a break for Towns and the rest of the Thunderbirds. You can't fault Robertson too much, but you gotta put those ones away, and she's gonna want that back.
Robertson last season scored 5 goals. Already this half, she scored 3. So Windsor's expecting big things from her this year.
I think you gotta say Robertson shoe-in for OUA Player of the Week. Like 3 goals and a half that's some Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe type numbers there. That's pretty impressive. Regardless of the circumstances.
There you go. Excellent. Love the reference.
Thank you. And that'll be up to the viewers to decide who the best striker in the world is. I don't plan on dividing any of our audience today.
Very, very hot in Sault Ste. Marie this weekend, but the fans are out to support the Thunderbirds. We have about 200 spectators in the audience, and there was a promotion this year for the first week that if you wore a Sioux United jersey, you got into the game free. So we see a lot of our younger players here at the game cheering on their Thunderbirds and making noise every time that we get the ball into their end. So great partnership between Algoma University and the Sioux United program.
And you know what? That's what you need. It's a fun Saturday afternoon out. It's absolutely a gorgeous day, and why not come and enjoy the beautiful game? And we have some more Algoma athletes. I see pretty much the entire 2023-24 Algoma basketball team directly in front of me. They're going to be gearing up for their season starting in November. So it's definitely nice to see other Sioux student athletes coming out and supporting the girls and guys. And yeah, they're going to hopefully enjoy a great game coming up at 3:15. We got the male version of this matchup. We got the Sioux / Algoma Thunderbirds taking on the Windsor Lancers. So definitely stick around for that.
Sault Ste. Marie is such a great community to grow up in, to play sports in, and if you have the privilege of wearing a jersey, you know that you have instant camaraderie amongst other athletes. We support each other.
Absolutely. I think that goes to show the small school atmosphere. You know, not to talk about myself too much, but I've only been here about a month. I'm originally from the Thunder Bay area.
And welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I've loved my time in the Sioux so far, and it was the exact same thing. When you go to a Lakehead basketball game, you see the volleyball team there. You go to a hockey game, you see a couple basketball guys there, and that's what it is when you're a small school. You got to support everyone and support the athletic department, because we don't have that the luxury a school like McMaster or Carleton does, where they have everything in the world at their disposal, right?
Absolutely. And you know what? Sault Ste. Marie is a hockey town. So many greats have come through our city, homegrown and just to play for our OHL team, the Greyhounds.
Oh, beautiful play. And they're playing advantage. Great call by the referee to play advantage there. That's just tenacious by number 10, Wallace. And looks like the official touch the ball there. Unfortunately, that leads to a stoppage in play as there was no advantage. And that 22, Alexa Naslavar, out of the Sioux, a biology student. For a first-year freshman player, she is quite aggressive and quite tenacious in that third, and hopefully going to be a striker, the main striker for this Thunderbirds team for a couple years going forward. Her development's going to be interesting to watch.
Just to finish my thought, Sault Ste. Marie is definitely a hockey town. It's definitely a football town. We've had great success with our high school teams and with our Sabercats and Steelers.
Yeah.
But it's our teams such as basketball and soccer that are improving and making a reputation for themselves and attracting players from far and wide.
Absolutely, and it goes farther than just university because our Sioux College Cougars just finished their first year last season with their baseball team, their boys baseball team, and that's another sport that's hopefully going to grow in the Sault Ste. Marie area.
Well, this is going to be a foot race. Uh-oh, and this time it is a goal for Robertson. That makes it 4 for her. 5 overall for Windsor, 5-0. She scored that one on a partial breakaway at the 57th minute mark.
Not to predict the future or anything, but if I was a betting man, I'd say she's pretty well the OUA Player of the Week. That is quite the performance by Robertson.
She's definitely head and shoulders above everyone else on this field today.
Number 3, Sydney Warwick. She's going to lose the ball, and she's going to be throwing it in for the Lancers. And substitution. And number 22, Robertson, making her way off the pitch.
What a game from Robertson. What a game. They don't want to tire her out. She's playing tomorrow. Coach Mendonca is definitely pleased with Robertson's performance today and has rewarded her with some needed rest. She'll be key to tomorrow's game, and Coach Mendonca definitely doesn't want to see anything happen to his star player after one game.
Absolutely, and luckily we have the luxury of playing these Lancers once again, so you hope Coach Onasanya, well, not hope, you definitely know that Coach Onasanya's thinking, how are we going to stop Robertson tomorrow? You have to really game plan for her after seeing what kind of player she is.
Absolutely. You have to double team her, you have to triple team her. Everything's going through her, so if you can disrupt her game, they're going to have to go wide.
Oh, and that's a nice cut to the outside. Number 9, finding some space there. That's going to be Avery Camarton out of Windsor, who's going to miss the shot there and lead to a Towns goal kick.
Towns is still very upbeat. She's still talking to her players. She's still telling them, where to go, who to mark. She's definitely the leader on that back end, and they'll be relying on her all season long. So even though the score line isn't in her favor, she's still the leader of this Thunderbirds team.
And that's absolutely invaluable as a goalkeeper to have a strong leader there. She's definitely the quarterback of that back four as the Lancers make some more substitutions. I believe that's number 27 coming in. That's going to be Ella Greco out of Brooklyn, Ontario.
In OUA soccer, you're allowed 6 substitutions. Windsor's already made 4. And still possessing the ball for the most part of this half. Oh, what a chance. What? Windsor was wide open at the far, far post, but just chipped it a little over the bar. That was Vanessa Corey with the shot. In 2022, Vanessa played all 12 games with 1 assist.
And this is where you hope Algoma is going to want to turn it up and start pressing a little more. Of course, scoreline's not in your favor, and you do want to rest up for tomorrow. But like I said earlier, you definitely want to get that goose egg off the board and hopefully have a nice shot on target and find the back of the net and beat Sampin later in this match.
It's little victories at this point, right?
Absolutely.
You want to play hard for your team. You want to play hard for your coach. You want to keep your position in the starting lineup. You want to show your coach that you deserve the minutes.
There's Town showing more aggression. You definitely want that from your keeper, and enough white jerseys around to get rid of the ball.
Windsor's not afraid to play it back to their D and all the way back to their keeper.
Now you see the Thunderbirds pressing up a little bit more. A player like Naslavar, who's been all over the pitch for the Thunderbirds, definitely been one of their stronger players, looking a little bit gassed. And a little pushing and shoving. Going to be a foul against the Thunderbirds. That's going to be a foul on Alois Mark Wallace, a fourth-year law student out of Ottawa South United, Ottawa, Ontario. And that's one of the stronger programs in the province, the South United Club.
Algoma's done well recruiting. I mentioned that there's plenty of hometown players here, but their recruiting program went out and targeted some of the key additions to this roster and was able to sell the program and got these players into camp. So kudos to the scouts, to the coaches. Some of these players will definitely be an asset, not only this season, but the seasons to come.
And that's quite impressive when you think about it. You got players from Cambridge, Ottawa. You got a couple players from the Prairies, the Misco girls, both from Rosetown, Saskatchewan. And we're a school that lacks a few large programs such as kinesiology and nursing. It's definitely a impressive thing to have a decent crop of recruits.
Absolutely, and again, it's the small town classroom settings, personal relationships, with their fellow classmates and access to teachers.
Yeah.
That's what some people look for in a program, and Algoma University is definitely a great program for that. A great place to be.
For sure. There's Naslavar gets commits the foul, but that's definitely a good foul to take, showing that she wants to be aggressive and put her body on the line for her team. So you can't really be upset for taking a foul like that as it goes out of bounds.
Clean game so far. We don't want this to get out of hand, so I'm sure that if the Thunderbirds can keep the scoreline to just 5 and finish up, strong, that they'll take some of this game experience into tomorrow's matchup.
Yep, and as you said, it's been a clean game, and you'd be right because we're 65 minutes in and not really a single major foul or booking or anything, and you like to see that, especially first game of the year. You don't want to risk injury. You don't want to risk picking up a card, and then you have to worry, I'm on a yellow, I got to be careful, and so it's good to see.
Thunderbirds haven't been across the 50-yard line too often this half, but they're trying to make some plays through the midfield. A little miscommunication there between the Windsor D, but Samping was there to direct traffic and kicked it out of harm's way.
And Bullia takes the ball away. You could argue that's a foul, but no whistle, and it's going to go back to Towns here. She's going to pick the ball up and slow the game down a little bit, let her back four get settled.
In the first half, they offered the players a 30-second water break, so we're probably getting close to that mark. It is a beautiful day in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, 30 degrees. We're not used to this in September, just put it that way.
And you're seeing that more and more in football these days. You're seeing the 30-second water break, and it's definitely not a bad thing. It doesn't really interrupt the game flow too much, and yeah, I can imagine that the officials will be signaling for one eventually. Oh, okay. And as you said earlier, Sam and I are quite happy to be in the shade today.
We've got the best seat in the house.
Absolutely. Directly beside our cameraman, who is Sault Ste. Marie camera legend, Chris Carr.
Chris Carr, superstar.
Chris Carr, the superstar.
Chris Carr has been a legend in Sault Ste. Marie for years and years and years. He helps out all of the high school programs. He's helped out with the Greyhounds in the past. Loves his sports, Chris Carr.
And I was just barking at him at the Greyhounds game yesterday on the cameras. That's going to be a goal kick for the Lancers.
Algoma making a substitution here.
That's going to be number 12, Chloe Cormier, coming out. Chloe Cormier, first-year player, another Sault Ste. Marie local.
Again, Algoma's always going for this home run ball.
There's Towns, once again, not afraid to come off her line, and you love seeing that. Obviously, high praise for her because she's been playing quite well today, regardless of the scoreline. You know, there's always going to be a couple shots that keeper has no chance. That's just the nature of soccer, right? So
absolutely. And she's telling her D where to go right now, off the corner kick.
You have both goalposts covered by white jerseys.
Nice kick from Windsor. Still in there.
There needs to be you're hoping for a bit more urgency on trying to get the ball out, and there it is right there by Number 4, Olivia Bernard, another Sault Ste. Marie local, second-year psychology student from the St. Mary's Collegiate School, and we're going to take a quick injury timeout.
.70 have gone by in this first game of the season for both the Windsor Lancers and the Algoma Thunderbirds. Water break has been called due to the beautiful weather here in Sault Ste. Marie. I keep mentioning that it's very untraditional to see it on Labor Day weekend, but it is most welcome. Right now, after 70 minutes, the visitors are up by a score of 5-0. We have Robertson from Windsor scoring 1, 2, 3, 4 goals, almost matching her totals from last year of 6. Ezzy Bra was the other goal scorer for the Windsor Lancers.
And some more. We got some more slate, another slate of games coming up in the OUA first week of the season. We got the Trenton Nipissing game as well as the TMU Laurentian game that are currently being played right now, as well as the Ontario Tech and Royal Military College game. And just remember to stick around after this one. We got another whole match. We got the Algoma Thunderbirds taking on the Windsor Lancers men's soccer teams, and it should be a great game. So we do hope you will stick around on Sioux Sports TV.
Water break is over and play is now resumed. And Windsor is in the Thunderbird zone again. Shot just wide.
That was a shot by number 21, Natalie Hogterp. Nice turn. And Town's just going to get that up. And for Towns on the goal kicks, the distance is there, and the accuracy hopefully will follow. But she's definitely had better goal kicks this game. And nobody on the end of that corner kick, or sorry, that cross.
The Thunderbirds have not given up at the least. A great run there to try to get the ball.
Coming up on the final 15 minutes of the match. As you said earlier, this has been a pretty clean game, so I can't imagine there'll be too much injury time.
15 minutes left in this one. 15 minutes. It just seems that every time that Algoma tries to get through that D of Windsor's, they just tighten up and just strip the ball away. So.
And that's going to be another one for the Lancers.
Goal, goal, goal.
And that was a goal for number 26, Vanessa Corey, a striker for the Windsor Lancers, hailing from Ottawa, Ontario, and that's going to be her first of the season and the 6th of the game for the Lancers. Number 26, Corey, on the goal.
There's definite work to be done by the Algoma Thunderbirds D, because they're just letting the Lancer strikers just walk in. Oh, that shot was high and almost 3 points.
That would have get it down a couple inches. That's probably in the back of the net. Would have been an absolute belter, but just a touch too high. But as you said, you're correct. I don't know if it's the fatigue from the weather or a combination of that and the score, but you definitely want to keep playing hard and want to tighten that back four up a little bit. But on the contrast, that Windsor defense has been absolutely electrifying. They've not let anything go through, even for a talented striker like Naslevar definitely struggled a lot against them. So this team, this Windsor Lancers team, is not the same Windsor Lancers team in 2022. This is a much improved club. Definitely not an easy start for the Thunderbirds. Not that any game is easy.
There's the old adage, you don't lose, you learn. So tonight, Coach Ansanya is going to have to make some adjustments to this side that he's going to field tomorrow. Join us again tomorrow at 1 p.m. For Game 2 of this back-to-back Windsor Algoma Thunderbirds series.
That's going to be a foul against the Windsor Lancers. Looks like she went for the defender over the ball.
I'm sure the girls are going to talk as well and say, "Listen, this isn't us. We can do much better, and maybe insert a different player into the midfield role. Hopefully everyone is still healthy. They were coming into the game with one or two players nursing injuries, so if they make that one or two player adjustment, tomorrow could be a different outcome for the Thunderbirds.
And you hope that a talk like that, well, not hope, but more or less, that a talk like that's going to come from your senior players and your leaders, your players like Towns and Chow, and fourth-year players like Wallace and Amber Dunbar. It's going to say, "Hey, girls, we gotta tighten it up. We gotta stop letting the easy stuff get through." And hopefully tomorrow is going to be a bit of a different result. On Sonia and those aforementioned leaders are going to have their work cut out for them in regards to getting everyone ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, quick turnaround, but it's quick for both sides. So Windsor will be happy with this result, and probably field a similar starting lineup as today's. But it's a good opportunity as well to get in some of their rookies. Windsor is a young team on paper, so to give some of the rookies some much needed gameplay
Right.
would be beneficial for them later on in the season.
Absolutely, and regardless of Windsor being young or not, you could argue that Algoma is one of the younger teams as well.
Absolutely.
in this
Yep.
OUA, especially when you look at a guy like Frank Ansanya, an interim head coach, and he's definitely going to have his work cut out for him with this Thunderbirds team, getting them ready and getting them developed for a short but long and tiresome season. And
10 minutes left. Sorry about that. 10 minutes left in this first game.
You see number 22, Naslevar, still out there for the Thunderbirds. So they're definitely keeping some of their more important players in as Lions have a great opportunity here, and it's going to be in the back of the net.
Goal, goal, goal. Number 7 on the campaign. 7-0 for the Windsor Lancers.
And that was a good effort by number 4, Olivia Bernard, but just wasn't able to get rid of it. And when in doubt, kick it out. She'll hopefully, well, she'll want that one back for sure. And a bad giveaway by the Thunderbirds here.
Algoma has to be a little bit more aggressive getting to the ball. Right now, they're just letting the Lancers pass it around.
Offside will be Thunderbirds ball. Coming up on the final 8 minutes, and you hope Algoma has a little bit of gas left in the tank for one final push. Try to get that goose egg off the board. And Michaela Towns lining up.
Another good kick by Towns, but Windsor all over the ball once it leaves her foot.
Here's a little opportunity through ball. And that's going to be right to the keeper, Sampin. She's going to be all over that. And no scraps left for the Algoma Strikers.
Only the second shot on net that the Thunderbirds were able to muster this first game. It's a learning game. It's to see what type of team this is going to be this year. I know that it's going to be, very, very competitive, scrappy, a lot of heart, but they're going to have to tighten up and, let their forwards do what they do best.
Yeah, and this is a tough test for these girls. This Windsor Lancers team, like this team is scary. They all 3 levels of the pitch. They just look very good. They look very in tune with one another. And obviously, when you have a player like Robertson who can just take the game over, that definitely helps. But this is an impressive ball club, and I think they're going to have a great year over by the border down in Windsor, Ontario. And now you're definitely going to want to switch it into Windsor's end, and that's going to go out of bounds. Number 5, Brooke McLeod out of Chatham, Ontario, just going to kick that out.
Algoma making a change just to get some of their rookies a little bit of game experience.
Going back to the keeper, Towns. And Beaulieu just able to shrug off the defender and keep her run. Going to pass it forward to number 18. She's going to try a couple moves here, and she's going to take a shot. And that's going to get through, and that's...
Oh, ouch. Ouch.
That's not one you're going to want to watch back if you're Michaela Towns. That's going to be goal number 8 for the Lancers.
She took her eye off the ball at the wrong time. She was looking for the next play and how to relay it to her wing, and just went right through the 5-hole.
Almost like when you see an NFL receiver just drop the ball, it's just he took his eye off it, and
Yeah.
it happens in sport, but it's unfortunate when it does happen.
Michaela, she'll be back tomorrow. She's not going to be too happy with her performance today, and being the captain of this side, she'll be shouldering some of the blame herself, and then
Here you go. Here you go.
oh,
And that's going to get close.
a little bit of a goal mouth frenzy there, a little bit of a pinball.
There's number 9, Amber Dunbar, Sioux local, affecting the play there. And Algoma, I believe it's either their first or second corner of the game, if you can confirm that there, Sam.
It is their first corner. Oh, what a
That's quite the meaty tackle there by number 7, Mazuka.
oh, you can hear it all the way up here. Good for her. Good for this Algoma Thunderbirds side that they're not going to be a team that can be walked all over.
Yeah.
The scoreline doesn't represent what the potential of the side has, and they can only go up from here.
Especially like you said earlier, half the team is from that Sioux City United, that program. They have that chemistry together. So once you build off that, you add the pieces like a Wallace or a Misco or someone who's not from that program.
Absolutely.
That's when it starts to come together.
Absolutely. This Windsor side, though, definitely has height.
Yeah.
Definitely has, just strong athletes. Oh,
And there it is again.
goal, goal, goal. That one's number 9 for the Lancers.
That's going to be the first in the season for Emma Beaulieu. Beaulieu, originally from Essex, Ontario. And goal numero 9 for the Windsor Lancers.
Windsor has to be happy with their performance in this first game of the OUA season for them. Coming up to Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, traveling all this way. They were looking for, probably 2 W's, and I can probably say they've got one for sure. And they're still going. They are not stopping.
And that's impressive. That just goes back to the coaching and how this team is constructed. If you have a team that just does not quit and never says die regardless of the score, you got to appreciate that. As we take a quick injury timeout, we got a couple players banged up on the pitch here.
Towns is down for the Thunderbirds. And one of the Lancers, she's been down since probably going on a minute now. Hasn't moved,
Good
but the medical staff is out there. Could be cramps. It is very, very hot, humid here in Sault Ste. Marie. 30 degrees today, so the weather might have just gotten the best of these players today.
And that's definitely what it probably is, as as you say, you don't really realize how small a 30-second water break is until you take a 30-second water break. So these players definitely are warriors. Had a great 90 minutes here in this hot sun, and I assume they'll be calling the game any minute now after this.
The one thing that you have to realize as well is that in the OUA you play on AstroTurf,
Yep.
and sometimes it's not that forgiving. A lot of ankles, a lot of knees, some hip injuries there, but it's also hot. On a day like today, temperature down at field level is probably a couple of degrees higher than where we are, nice in the shade. The players do need their water breaks. They need to keep hydrated. So they don't end up with cramps, especially with only probably injury time left.
Yeah, definitely pushing 30 on the at pitch side here.
Two minutes of additional time added, 2 minutes.
There you go. There's Naslevar there.
But the Windsor D's there again.
And another great player, that number 80, Emma Beaulieu, is just such a strong winger for this Windsor club. She's been everywhere today. She's had a lot of the ball at her feet today.
Windsor right now is just passing the ball around to end the game. They want to avoid any injuries at this point in time. They're content with the scoreline. One minute left.
Yeah, it's just textbook by the Windsor defense. And one final reminder to stick around, as directly after this, we got the Algoma boys soccer game, and that's going to be it. Apologies, that is not it. That was a foul whistle, and like I was saying, after this one, we got the Algoma boys soccer team taking on the Lancers.
There you go.
There we go. That's going to be the game. We got Lancers 9, Thunderbirds 0, and the score does not reflect the talent of this Thunderbirds team. They just got to take a couple more weeks, put it all together. I think you're going to see some great things from these ladies.
Absolutely. They not the result that they wanted to begin the game, but you see players are going back to their keeper, their captain, and talking, saying, hey, listen, we'll get them. Don't worry. We'll talk to coach. We will talk amongst each other and see what we can improve on for tomorrow's game at 1 p.m.
And you got a feel for Michaela Towns. She's just a very tenacious, aggressive young lady who loves this program, and just not her day, but she'll bounce back.
Today's story, though, was two things. Windsor's D,
Yeah.
very, very, very strong. Every time that the Thunderbirds tried to penetrate the D, couldn't do it. And, Robertson scoring 4 in under 60 minutes. Definitely a candidate, like you said, for OUA Women's Player of the Week. They have to change their game plan for tomorrow with regards to marking her.
Yeah, and now they know the entire offense runs through her, and Onasanya is going to talk to his ladies, and we'll be back in 24 hours' time for this matchup, the rematch, and we're hoping for a much better result. We're going to take 20 minutes, let the lads warm up, and we'll be back.